Hey everyone! We're going to be talking about turning the worst into the best. Before we get into it, I should introduce myself. My name is Nico. I'm a research operations specialist on DocuSign's product experience research team. I'm going to be getting into a story about some changes that happened on the operations team this year and how those challenges turned into an amazing opportunity to expand the scope and ability of our research work here at DocuSign. So let's do a quick little rewind back to February of this year, 2024. I woke up on a Tuesday to find out that there had been a reorg and the majority of my research operations team was no longer with the company. We've been supporting a very robust team of UXRs with participant management, participant recruiting. So naturally, this was not just an emotional shock for me to lose some of my coworkers, but also an issue of bandwidth and how we would be able to continue supporting research at scale. So everything had to change for our team, obviously. And we landed on a few solutions that had the potential to offset the loss of the majority of the research operations team. The first thing that we did is we just shut down all participant recruiting operations so that we could take a moment to breathe, strategize, figure out how to move forward. So here, when I say the traditional ResOps support was no longer viable, I'm referring to the primary way that we had been enabling research for the 4 years that I've been with the team, and even longer before I was part of DocuSign, which is ResOps does the vast majority of not only participant management, but also full cycle participant recruiting on behalf of our UXRs. That was no longer going to be possible given the new ratio of ResOps to UXRs. Without that traditional support of ResOps doing participant recruiting, it became clear that our best way forward was going to be based on two main strategies. Enabling UXRs to do their own participant management via the tools that our team can provide was our main move that we wanted to make. Unfortunately, the extra work placed on UXRs because of this, with them needing to run their own participant recruiting practice, means that there is now a domino effect, and their bandwidth, the UXR bandwidth for generating insights, is now at risk. Thus, expanding the scope of research enablement beyond UXRs so that PMs and designers could run their own research sessions was a pressure release from that chain reaction that had been caused by our lack of bandwidth in operations. This is actually something that the ResOps team and our research director had already been looking at and hoping to pilot at some point this year. It's safe to say our timeline for getting that off the ground was escalated significantly based on these unexpected changes. Okay, there were definitely some challenges here. One was definitely setting expectations. Our UXRs had become comfortable with ResOps handling participant recruitment, but that was no longer a viable option. Close communication with research managers and directors was key to ensure that the UXRs were informed and aware of the changes to the process that they were accustomed to. Onboarding PMs and designers for self-service research efforts was also a challenge, as these folks understandably did not have a background in user research and were having to learn both new techniques of customer interaction as well as new software tools and platforms at the same time. And of course, there's platform costs. Tools like user interviews and user Zoom don't come cheap, but they do provide an excellent self-service option for our researchers and partners. With the support of my research director, we were fortunate enough to get budget approval for some additional seats on these platforms, which helped compensate for our reduced headcount in research operations and enabled us to move forward with this pilot. Okay, so about 6 months later, how are we doing? What happened? Well, first off, we built some amazing relationships. The disconnect between PMs, designers, and UX researchers has been bridged by these new efforts to expand our participant recruitment model to a self-service platform, and our cross-functional partners feel closer to the customers and to the customer data than ever before. That's a win. Timeline bottlenecks have been reduced now that the responsibility of insights is not purely on the UXRs. They still run their own research and help out their partners in a consultation format, but their availability to run studies is no longer blocking the insights needed for product development now that PMs and designers are stepping in to do their own customer discovery sessions. So what did we learn? Redefining what ResOps is at our company was key for us to succeed as a research team. Research operations has always been a bit of a nebulous role that covers everything from participant recruitment, panel management, to managing the UXR tools from an admin perspective. As unfortunate as it was to have the majority of the ResOps team leave us, It did force us to be creative and really rethink the value that we bring to the team and how we can be the most effective to upskill and enable effective research insights. Building stronger partnerships makes change easier. The relationships that we've built with our partners in program management, design, and engineering due to this transition of research strategy have made for a more closely knit and effective team across our product org. And of course, optimizing bandwidth. There is only so much time in the day, and focusing on enabling better research across a broader team has been a great way to ensure that the value that ResOps bring is contributing to worthwhile insights and data. So after all of this drama and change, are we doing better research? Honestly, I think we are. There are new challenges, yeah, of course, but the acceleration in time to insights that I've seen over the past few months is noteworthy. The expansion of research accessibility to include the design and PM teams has been a success. Research enablement will always be a work in progress, of course, and it's always evolving, but my takeaway is that there's always a way to continue to empower the company to do better research, despite any of these unexpected changes. Speaking of challenges, so here's my thought exercise for you. What would you have done in my place? What ideas do you have to remain as an effective force for driving quality research insights, even if your team has the rug pulled out from under your feet? Is there anything you could do now, hopefully without the drama of reduced headcount, to optimize your processes and tool usage even more? If you have any thoughts or ideas, I would love to hear it. Well, that's all I've got for today. Feel free to reach out to me over the Cha-Cha Slack or shoot me an email if you'd like to chat more. Thanks so much for your time. I'll see you all soon.